Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Taylor Cole, and we're going to talk about the Mandela effect today. Alright, so I don't know if y'all have heard of this or not, but there is this whole theory called the Mandela effect. And I think a lot of us are going to be able to relate to it in our own way, but let me give you a little background before we dive into that. So, in 2010, a woman by the name of Fiona Broome posted on Twitter that she remembered Nelson Mandela dying in the 1980s, like down to the last detail. And she's a blogger, so as I said, she's putting it on Twitter, but what happens is several people tweet her back and they're like, oh my god, I totally thought he was dead too. Like, wait, are you telling me he's not dead? And he wasn't dead at the time. It was 2010 and he didn't die until 2013. Which, in 2013, it became an even bigger deal because so many more people started saying, oh my gosh, I thought he died in the 80s. Basically, the whole theory is that our timelines are being somehow altered, things from the past are disappearing or being rewritten, tweaked a bit. I'll be real with you, because I always am. When I first heard of this, I was like, y'all need to pay attention in school! I was judging you, Fiona Broome. I was. After talking to my good friend Johnny Lane, we kind of went over a few examples that definitely had my mind like thinking this over in a much more serious way than I was before. The first and obviously most important, because it involves Sarah Jessica Parker, is the name of her show. Okay, most of us, when asked the question, what is the name of the show Sarah Jessica Parker is famous for, would say Sex in the City. Boom, wrong answer. Whoa. Apparently the name of the show is Sex and the City. Now, for me, this isn't that big of a deal because I'm like in and, you know, that could easily be mixed up. But so many people out there are like, hold on a minute. I own every single episode. I own like unreleased episodes. I have like the collector's item box set, like whatever. They're like, I know the show. It was definitely Sex and the City. So I am kind of like, all right, I'll trust the expert. Maybe it was changed. I mean, that's such a famous show. So if this is the Mandela effect, then some pretty serious stuff is altering. Let's move on to geography, because they be moving the maps around, okay? They moving the borders all over the place, allegedly speaking. So, how many states are in the United States, y'all? Of course, when I was asked this, being that I was in the geography bee when I was in middle school, I immediately said 50 states. A lot of people out there are like, hold up, wait a minute. There used to be 52. Like, several people that I know when I asked this question were like 52. So that's something very fishy, and I don't remember there being 52 states. However, when I heard multiple people say 52 states, there was like this weird thing in my brain where it was like an echo of a memory. It was like deja vu. It was like, maybe there was 52 states. Atlantis? The state of Atlantis? I don't know. Moving on. Have you heard of the Berensteins? It's that series of children's books with the bears. It's like a family of bears. And it's one of the most famous children's book series of my generation, for sure. Here's the thing. It's not called the Berensteins. Never was, apparently. It's called the Berenstains. That's weird. I don't know of many last names that end with Stain. There might be that I just don't know of, but it seems like it would be more likely to be Berenstein in the first place. Plus, that's what we all remember. So, what's going on? Alright, moving on to some like more important stuff than some children's books. Have you all seen the little clip of the man protesting in China, protesting communism? He's standing in front of all these tanks that are driving up to him. Okay, so this was called the Tiananmen Man. I'm really sorry, like I can't pronounce the name. Tiananmen Man? Tiananmen Man? We're gonna go with that. Actually, let's call him Tank Boy. So Tank Boy is standing in front of these tanks in the clip. However, so many people have come out and said, wait a minute, I totally remember that the tanks actually ran him over, and it had this big deal on communism, almost shifted, you know, China back to a capitalist society, a capitalist country. People are now reviewing this clip, and it clearly shows the man just like getting up on top of the tank, like talking to the guy in the tank for a second, getting off the tank, like some other fellow supporters come and like get the guy to get out of the tank. Like, he's fine, apparently, in the clip. However, people are like, no, he wasn't. I saw his guts all over the place. It was bloody, it was gross, it was nasty, and it almost ended communism in China. No, it didn't. You can review the tape. Type in Tiananmen Man. Just type in Tank Boy China. I think that'll work. Now, the most important example comes from Disney. Alright. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. There's a very, very, very famous line in this movie. I'm sure you've heard it. Or have you? Most of us would say that the line goes, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Most of us would be wrong. Apparently, the line in the movie is magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. I don't know how to make sense of this. So those are the examples that most of us will be able to really resonate with. We've pretty much heard of all these examples. Let's talk about my personal example. Have you heard of the store Natural Wonders? I don't know if it exists anywhere, but in the 90s, when I was a little kid, it was like the coolest place ever. All these little science experiments, just cool shit everywhere. I'd go there a lot with my family. The thing is, I remember being kidnapped there. I've always had this memory, I'm not even joking. I remember like a family walking up to me, taking my hand, and us just walking out. I don't remember anything that happened afterwards, okay? But I distinctively remember being kidnapped from Natural Wonders in the 90s, roughly 4 to 6 years old, not 100% sure, but I've always remembered this. I've asked my parents about this. They're like, I don't think you were kidnapped because you're right here. And I'm like, wait, are you the kidnapper? The thing is though, like little distinguishing marks on my body prove that I'm the same baby that I was when I was born. Like no one took me from Natural Wonders, or at least they gave me back for something. I don't know. This memory's so vivid though that I'm like, was I kidnapped in another dimension? Like another multiple, like, what the fuck's going on? Alright, so let's go over the explanations that I kind of surmised from this situation, because I thought of some logical and some more like metaphysical paranormal possibilities. So first and foremost, that I think is the most likely, just to be honest with you, is that y'all need to study your history, pay attention in school, you know, stop doing the drugs. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know, maybe. Fluoride in the water, I don't know. Most likely possibility is that this is 100% human error and y'all aren't paying enough attention. Most likely possibility is that I wasn't kidnapped, but I was 4 years old and didn't know what the fuck was happening. These are just factually the most likely. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know what happened, but that's the most likely possibility. The second most likely possibility is that this is some sort of government conspiracy. Alright, maybe the government doesn't want us to know things. This is like 1984, like Thought Police. I don't know, something of that nature. This is a dystopia, something like that. The second most likely possibility in my mind. The third likeliest possibility is that this would be brainwashing from someone other than the government. So, I don't know, maybe it's the Illuminati. Maybe it's aliens, whatever, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to make another video about that. And then the least likely in my mind, but still a possibility, would be that this has to do with time travel. There's maybe Doctor Who, you know, or some other time editors going back, getting in their TARDIS, changing things up, switching things around, doing their thing, and suddenly it's Sex and the City. Maybe they talked to one too many people in 1953, or stepped on a butterfly when they were editing time, and then it became Sex and the City. Can you think of anything better? Alright, so as I said, this is definitely not a comprehensive list, and I'm not even sure like what my thoughts are on this, so because of those reasons, I definitely want y'all to comment below. I want to hear your thoughts on this because I'm still figuring out what I believe. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do. I'd love to stay connected with you. I really love getting feedback and just seeing my channel grow with people that are actually like hella dope. So continue to subscribe, continue to like, continue to share. It means so much to me. And if you haven't found me on other social media outlets, then check out the description box below because you can get links to all my different pages there. I be snapping it up on Snapchat all the time, posting Instagram pictures, doing it all. So do it all with me, okay? Alright, thanks again. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Pay attention if anything is friggin' disappearing from your timeline, girl, because we don't got time for that. Okay, bye!